the Indians call thundering water, Niagara.
With the coming of the explorers, the Europeans learned what the natives had always known. Water was the way west. It was perhaps inevitable that conflict would arise. There were a number of reasons for the War of 1812 between the youthful United States and the British Empire. The British had blocked trade between the Americans and their ally France. American sailors had been captured and forced to serve in the British Navy. And the British supported native tribes who fought American expansion into new territories. Perhaps, too, Americans had an eye on the rich lands above their northern border. On July 25, 1814, the Battle of Lundy's Lane, one of the bloodiest battles of the war, took place very close to the falls.
How many artillery pieces? Field? Stationary?
They brought it down from the falls. I couldn't tell you for certain. We got a couple of them, but just couldn't get them.
Grab your musket! Forward light section! Light infantry ready! Fire at will!
All told, the battle claimed more than 250 lives and more than 1,100 missing or wounded. The British had the better of the battle, but would soon lose the war. While the war did not solve all issues between the powers of the old and new worlds, by 1846, the boundaries between the United States and Canada had been drawn. By the 1850s, the frontier was gone. Niagara soon became the Mecca for the ordinary folk. In the winter, you could walk across the frozen river below the falls, what locals called the Ice Bridge, where there were souvenir huts and food vendors. In summer, you could ride the steamboat right up to the falls.
How'd you do? Welcome to Niagara, Your Honor. Thank you.
Presidents, painters, poets, even a future king of England, all came to the new playground. A few brave souls had other ideas and would risk all for a moment of glory. The most famous of Niagara's daredevils, Jean-Francois Gravelet, was better known as the Great Blondin. For over a year, Blondin had been captivated by the falls and knew he must cross the Niagara River on a tightrope or die trying.
Blondin? Oh. Blondin? Blondin? The Prince.
Good luck and best wishes to you.
It's an honor. Now, may I extend an invitation? We go in my back and we walk together?
No.
I will walk alone. Let's go. Wait.
It was in June of 1859 that he was ready to make history. he stretched a rope 1,100 feet, connecting the United States and Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great London of France is about to perform an act of true daring, a feat never before attempted by mortal man. Your attention, please. He is about to begin.
He carried a balancing pole weighing 40 pounds and walked out upon a rope only 3 inches in diameter. In the years that followed, more than 10 daredevils would risk their lives following in Blondin's footsteps, including Andrew Jenkins, the professor, who rode a bicycle on a wire; Maria Spalterini, the first woman to walk a wire across the river; and Nick Wallenda, from the famous Flying Wallenda family, who fought strong winds while making a successful crossing in 2012. This trip would be Blondin's first. In the succeeding months, he made 8 additional stunt walks, once with a man on his back. The steamship Lullawalla was only 11 years old when the Civil War broke out. Tourism died, and the boat was sold. Captain Joel Robinson faced the most extraordinary challenge of his life.
Well, they board her on condition I get her downriver. That means taking her through Whirlpool Rapids. They claim it's the most dangerous stretch of white water in the world. They say I shouldn't try, but hell, impossible's a word that old steamboat and I ain't never heard of.
Indeed, Captain Robinson's journey into some of the most powerful rapids in North America was considered by most people to be impossible and perhaps a bit mad. Through the Great Gorge Rapids, then the Whirlpool, and on through the dreaded Devil's Hole Rapids, the steamer was rocked and pounded. The 2 crew members traveling with Captain Robinson were almost immediately thrown to the deck, hanging on for their lives. Captain Robinson had achieved the near impossible and was naturally exuberant.
No chance you got a bit of failing way.
Where in tarnation do you come from?
Upriver
He
night.
never again piloted a steamboat and died in seclusion just 2 years after his great achievement. Annie Taylor was a 63-year-old retired school teacher when she thought of a novel idea, an idea that would become synonymous with Niagara. As a widow, Annie Taylor's motivation was to make enough money to support herself in retirement.
Well, let's see. Yes, that's
While her method to find fame and fortune may have been unique, she was really following in the footsteps of earlier daredevils.
No, I've got to get in first.
Annie had a special barrel made for her stunt, one built from oak and iron, with a mattress added for safety.
Photographer.
As very few people wanted to be part of what could turn out to be a suicide stunt, there was resistance to helping her. Annie tested her plan out by sending a cat over in the barrel.
What will they think of their Miss Taylor now, eh?
When the cat survived, Annie set her attempt for her birthday, October 24th, 1901.
Well, bon voyage, Annie.
Thanks, Miller. Oh, don't forget, I'm going to need lots of air. Put the lid on, but air.
Concerned about breathing in the confined space, Annie had her friends use a bicycle tire pump to compress enough air into the barrel for her to survive the 5-minute journey to the brink of the falls.
Now, don't forget the cork. Cork? Who's got the cork? I've got the cork.
I'm 43. Be quiet, Henry. It's okay. Henry's all right. Not now. Henry, no. Henry, come back here. Ouch! Stop that.
Bon voyage, Annie!
Bon voyage, Annie.
There she goes. I think that's the end of her, I'll tell ya.
Yeah.
Now, Hector, make sure you tell me before you cut me loose. Hector? Miller?
The barrel was set loose from the American shore. The currents took the barrel toward Horseshoe Falls. The drop, 175 feet, with great piles of rocks below.